Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday night event, our Free to Dream event. My name is Jo and I am a mum of two. I am also a registered nurse and I live in Port Hedland in Western Australia. So I've been living here now for a couple of months and I love it. I love the lifestyle. And so tonight is just really relaxed. We're just here to share some stories, most importantly, but then also to share some amazing products and amazing little business a company that we all just absolutely adore. So we will just have some stories around, how that's come into other people's lives. And I love this event because it's a really great way to connect with, with other people, other mums, other women all over the country. And while this is our WA event, we've got other people plugging in. So welcome to anyone that's plugging in from any other states, but I think we're just WA on tonight. So welcome and great that you could join us. The great thing about this is that we can work from anywhere. So I've recently moved here and I was living in Southwest WA and I loved that I knew I could just take this business with me. And I work from my phone. When I have time, I can, work from the computer, and it's really about being able to squeeze it into those stolen moments throughout the day. So like I said, I'm a mum of two, and so all right, just cancel. Sorry, technical hitch. So yeah, we can fit it in around our busy lives, and whether or not we're a stay-at-home mum, or whether we've got kids at home, whether or not we've got kids at school, whether we're working full-time, anything like that, it's really great to be able to just live and work around life. We fit it in around life, which is really exciting to be able to do. So I really love the flexibility of it, and that extra income that comes in as well is definitely a bonus. There's other things in there that we get to benefit from. So it might be something small, like having a date night with your hubby. It might be being able to order in takeaway once a week, or it might be paying for those extra school activities after school that, I know that a lot of families sometimes can't afford, swimming lessons or dance classes or football or things like that. So, I love that I can just say yes to my family when it comes to wanting to do those extra things. That's really cool to be able to do that. And why I do this was first introduced to me about 2 years ago. I've been doing this now, and I really was looking to build up the immune system of my family, and that was really important to me. I was a FIFO mum at the time, and my hubby was working away, so I really wanted to be able to boost the immune system for my kids, and it really acts to bridge the gap between what I could get food on the table, and if I wasn't winning every day at cooking the right meal, then it meant that, I could relax. So it was that extra insurance policy. I'll share a little bit more about my story later. But for the moment, before I bang on too much about the products and things like that, I'm going to pass it over to Mel, who's going to share our beautiful products and just how simple they are. So you want to take yourself off? I'll take you off mute, Mel, and spotlight you. Thank you.
Thanks, Jo. Hey, everybody. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm a mum of two as well. A year ago, this came into my life. I was one of those zombie mums that was, I was nearing 45. I had a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. I was, couldn't wait to get up, have coffee, have more coffees during the day. I was actually taking quite a few Panadols as well, but now I've figured out why. And yeah, craving that afternoon nap. And you just can't do that if you've got a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. So what I loved about this product when it came into my life, that we've got fruit, veg, and berry capsules. I'd started these, and I think pretty much within a week, my energy levels had really increased. I no longer needed a nap, and I was getting up feeling great, and I was going for walks at 5 a.m. and I was a much better person and mum. So what I love about these is that they're real food. They're not synthetics. You can take synthetic supplements and they're not absorbed at all, or you might pee them out. They might be like a bright yellow whey. These are real food. They've got food labels on them, so you can read exactly what's in them. You've got like cabbage, kale, broccoli, beetroot, parsley. So you've got over 30 real fruits, veg and berries all in a capsule. So they're all absorbable, bioavailable, so they're absorbed into your bloodstream within 5 minutes. They're not a replacement for fruit and veg, but they're there to just bridge the gap between what you're eating and what you should be eating. Now, in Australia, I think it's only about 3% of adults that have the recommended daily intake of fruit and veg, which is pretty scary. And yeah, that's about 5 servings, but now they're saying it's more like 9 to 12 servings. So if you have a look at what you're eating, fruit and veg wise every day, some days, I mean, it's, we all live very busy lives. It's quite impossible to have that. So it's just like an insurance policy. It's just to know that you're getting a top up of what you should be having, because you need all these phytochemicals and nutrients just for your body to function. And the more we have, the more we thrive. So these are basically all grown in herbicide and pesticide-free environments, grown in like 5th generation farms. Everything is picked at full ripeness, as opposed to like Coles and Woolworths, all the fruit and veg that you see. It's been picked before it's ripe. It may have been put into storage, like cold storage, for could be up to a couple of months, and then it could be sitting on your shelf. By the time you get to it, it really doesn't have much nutritional value at all. So I mean, these are brilliant because picked at full ripeness, everything goes in. It's like a big mulcher, and you get all the seeds, the pips, the skin. You get everything, so you're just getting lots and lots of goodness. So it's all blended, put in a big mulcher, blended down to into powder form, and put in a vegan capsule. So yeah, I've been on them for about a year now, and they've honestly really improved my lifestyle. The company's been around for well over 20 years. There's so much evidence out there how good fruit and veg is for you, especially Juice Plus. There's over 30 peer-reviewed medical journals out on the product, so which is absolutely fantastic. They're also known as the company with the heart, and for every adult that is on the fruit and veg or the premium, which includes the berries, you actually get to sponsor a child for free, and they will get these chews, I think from the age of 4 to 18. Now, my children have been on them. They think they're lollies. They taste really yummy. But yeah, like the adult version, they've got kale and they've got broccoli, so many good things. And from the health study, the study is around the world. There's over 1 million participants in the study, and there's so many results out there. The children are pooping better, they're taking less days off school, they're going to the doctor less, their immunity has increased, and I can definitely vouch for that with my children. Their health is amazing. And a while ago, I remember last year, I'd be sitting at the table, and my husband and I would be thinking, oh God, are they going to eat the broccoli? Are they going to touch any of those vegetables? Now it's just a joy. They'll just eat anything. They'll eat, like, fruit has never really been a problem for them, but getting children to eat vegetables, that's something that I think most parents struggle with. I mean, my guys, I don't even have to count now how many servings they have. They walk around with cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, and like broccoli for dinner. Like, they enjoy it. They ask for it. And they're very, very rarely sick, and they're full of energy. And like attracts like. So they're getting all these nutrients in their bodies. So they're craving it more, which is really, really good. I mean, every child has the right to thrive, and I'm really passionate about that. It all starts with our children. So what you're feeding them when they're young is what they're going to what's going to determine them, really. The other thing that we have, which my daughter Isla and we share every morning, she absolutely loves these. We have our whole food powders. They come in vanilla and also chocolate. They're full of so many good things, such as pea protein, we've got broccoli, yucca powder, ancient grains, so many things in here, chickpea powder, rice protein. Starting off with one of these, I know that we're going to get a really good start. Especially Isla, like, it's so good to know. She has one of these in the morning. I'll just say, if we have the vanilla one, I'll put in spinach, I'll put in a frozen banana, some almond milk, and some nut butter, and she loves it. And I know that she's going to be in a good mood all day. I don't know if you see children, if they have like sugary cereal or food that just doesn't fuel them, they're going to end up being cranky. And Isla is just a happy little girl as soon as she has these. So I can't rave enough about these. They're also really good for pre and post workouts. Also good in the afternoon. I mean, to keep them in your wallet or in your handbag. Pull them out at 3 o'clock. That's the time when a lot, you might be feeling like wanting to reach for a biscuit or chocolate. So why not just grab something that's really healthy for you instead? The other product we have, which is really new, are our plant-based omegas. So we've basically taken out the fish and gone straight to the plant source, which is the algae. Also added some amazing ingredients as well to it. We've got pomegranate seed oil, tomato seed oil. Also got a couple of little essential oils in there as well. But we all know omegas I don't know anyone who's out there who's had fish oils. Everyone takes them for, good brain function, good eye health, circulation, joints. But these, brand new out, and they're great. And one last thing is the Juicy Body Transformation, which is the program which comes completely free with any of these products. It's a Facebook community, and it was devised by Kira Westwick. She was on MasterChef, and I think it was maybe it was 5 years ago or something. She developed a program, the Juicy Body Transformation, which has over 250 whole food recipes. It's all real food, all food that fuels you. Apart from the recipes, you've got meal plans, you've got pantry ideas, you've got some great cleansers in there. Also, like an 8-week shred, which is what I did, which helped me shed some baby kilos at the start. And it's fantastic. So that's it pretty much for the product and the program.
Thanks, Mel. That's amazing. I love our products, and I love how family friendly they are, that we can, they're okay to share with our children. And I know that when, during pregnancy, if you have to look at the label and wonder whether or not it's okay, then it's really, you've got to wonder whether it's okay to put in your body long term. And the fact that it's safe for during those vulnerable times, it just really lights me up, and really just gives me that confidence that we're definitely on the right track with this. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit and sort of move into the business side of things. Joe, if you're there, I'll get you to come off mute and I'll spotlight you and share your story.
Hi everyone, I'm Joe, and I have been taking Juice Plus for well over a year now. Yeah, quite a bit over a year now. I came across the product when I was quite unwell. I was recovering from Ross River virus, and I had severe joint pain and low energy, and I was actually quite depressed. So I was introduced to it by Leah's mum, Leah's on here tonight. And I sort of came across it because I asked her what she'd been doing differently. She was coming into work, bouncing around, full of the joys of spring. And anyway, she told me about this, and I tried it. And I found that I felt a lot better straight away. My joint pain reduced. I had far much more energy, and I really started feeling myself again. At the time, I wasn't looking for a business. I had no interest in expanding into anything else besides what I was doing at the time. But I found that I was just talking to people about the product because I thought it was so amazing and I felt so great on it. And then I was referring people to Leah, and that was when Leah sort of said to me, why don't you think about joining the business? And so I took a look at it and decided to give it a go. There were a lot of things that kind of worried me, you know. I was like, is it one of these pyramid schemes? That was one of my biggest worries. And Leah actually explained it to me really, really, really well. So if you have a look at this, we kind of, this is normal life. So you start out in business on the bottom here somewhere. You pick out checks, or you're the salesperson on the ground. And then if you work really hard, you might, get to some kind of a supervisor position, or keep on climbing the corporate ladder, and eventually find yourself at the top. A very small percentage of people actually get to this pinnacle point, because there just isn't enough room up here. And the thing that really attracted me to the business is that we actually think about it in the opposite way. So anybody can come in here at the bottom. We all start the same, whether you're a nurse or a fireman, a mum, whatever. It doesn't matter what you are. You all come in here, you pay your registration fee, and there's actually unending opportunities to get to this point. And I always refer to going to conference and seeing all those amazing people walking across the stage that have reached, these pinnacle points, and have that freedom that we're all looking for. So that kind of really made it seem real to me when I saw all of those people walking across the stage, and the possibility that anybody that works hard, that is committed and is really dedicated to helping people, because the only way that we're going to get to the top here is to help more people. And that's something that's just really appealed to me. So I'm really excited about where things are going for myself and for all of the rest of the team here on the Zoom call. And who knows how fabulous the future can be. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Joe. I love hearing your story. It's just great to see you on here every week and shining. So yeah, I love it. So I'm going to just share a little bit about, like I said, I was going to share a little bit about my story. And when I first started looking at this product, my daughter was getting very, very sick, and she was getting chest infections a lot of the time. So I was looking to boost her immune system. I went back through, funnily enough, I went back through today some old prescriptions that I found in the cupboard. And what I found was that she was actually on antibiotics every 2 months for quite some time there. And then it would stop after, say, August, and then we'd have, the summer off, or the warmer weather off, and then it would get back to, and then because I've tended to hoard some of these things, and then I'd find more prescriptions that were all done for different antibiotics over the next winter. So really great to say that she hasn't needed to be on antibiotics now for the last, I think, probably 2 years. So that's really exciting to see that kind of result. And the thing that came with that illness was meant that I couldn't go to work as well, because I needed to stay home and look after her. So not only was it affecting our health, but it was then affecting our financial status as well. And, and we all can get passionate about, there's two things in life that we really need to look after, and that's, our finances and our health. So I saw the vision pretty quickly that I could look at bringing my husband home from working FIFO, and that we could, family being one of my highest values, and that we could all then be living under one roof. We didn't want him working away anymore. And so this was a really great vehicle to be able to do that. I was worried that in the beginning I wasn't going to, I didn't want to sell, I didn't want to be pushy, and I certainly didn't want to be doing those in-home parties or chasing down my friends or anything like that. And when I took a closer look, I discovered that I didn't need to do any of those things, which, really appealed to me, because it was just not what I'm about. So Mel mentioned earlier Kira that wrote the program. So Kira, if we look at Kira starting off up here, and Kira actually introduced the program to two girls that she met through social media, and that was Jackie and Erin. And then Jackie actually and Erin both approached Kira to see if there was a business involved, because they loved the product so much. So they went back to Kira and she shared the business with them, and then they went on to build their own businesses as well. Now Jackie has gone on to share the business with a girl called Sabina, and Sabina's shared it with Trisha, and Trisha's shared it with Nat. And Nat's one of my dear friends, and Nat then shared the business with me, and like I said, it just made sense. It really resonated. So that's where I came into things down there. But in the meantime, Jackie shared the business here and here, that's gone on, and that person, and Sabina's shared the business, and Trisha's shared the business with other girls, and so it's Nat, and I've shared the business over here with Karina and a few other girls. And then over here we've got Erin, and Erin shared the business with Leah, who's on with us tonight, and Leah shared the business with Joe, who we just heard from, and with Mel, who we've heard from, and then Cody, who's off travelling somewhere and having a lovely time. And so Cody shared the business, and Mel's sharing the business, and Joe shared the business, and Leah's sharing it here. And what you can see is that it very quickly grows, and it's really just an organic thing. What we like to call this is the popcorn effect, because what happens is when we're cooking popcorn on the stove, the old-fashioned way, what it does is that it keeps popping when you take that off the heat, and it keeps that pop going. And that's what happens with our businesses, is that we can get to a point where we can perhaps step back from the business, but it just keeps popping, and it keeps growing, and keeps organically changing, which is really fantastic. So I'm going to switch gears now, send it over to Bree, who's going to share some more about the business with us, and then finish up. There you go, Bree. I'll just spotlight you.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. All right, I get to talk about the fun stuff, but I'll just give you a quick rundown on my story. I'll do it very quickly. Pretty much I've been doing this now for two and a half years now. At the time, my maternity leave had come to an end, and I was due to actually go back to work, and I was also, we had also just moved from Queensland over to Western Australia, so I was, the job that I was going back to was easy hour travelling each way, and my daughter was 18 months old at the time, and my husband's a shift worker, and the idea of actually going back to an office job that I just literally hated, it made me sick. So I was was on the products for a couple of weeks, and my friend actually reached out to me and said, well, I'm not sure if you're aware, but there's actually business opportunity attached to this as well. So I went to an event just similar to this, and I pretty much signed up the next day. It just ticked all my boxes. It was like the idea of working around my daughter, working my own hours, as I said, working around my husband's shift work. I'm also a triathlete, so I was able to still get my training in when I wanted to. And I was also at a point where I was starting to lose my identity, because I was a stay-at-home mum for 18 months and I lost who I was. I was just thinking I'm just a mum, I'm just a wife. So the community that came along with this business opportunity has it's so much more than just fruits and veggies in a capsule. The community behind this business is just amazing, and what it's done for me 2.5 years later, if you told me years ago that I'll be doing what I'm doing today, I would have just laughed at you and went, no, I wouldn't be doing that. So it's definitely helps you also grow into a person that you should be, like the person that is fighting inside of you to come out. So as I said, it's so much more than the fruits and veggies in a capsule. It's definitely a personal development sort of journey in there as well, which I think is just amazing. So I will get straight onto the fun stuff about the money. So I think, as Mel mentioned, we do have a franchise fee of $165. So with that, we when you do pay your franchise fee, we have a head office in New South Wales. So every time you get a customer, head office actually sends the products out to the customer for you. So all that we are just that middle person that links the customer up to the head office. So they do all our payments, they hold all the products, and they ship all the products out to the customer for us. So every time that happens, we get paid a retail profit. So we get paid 3 ways. So the first way is that retail profit. The second way we get paid is also via commission. So we do have 3 levels of commission, which is pretty cool. And the third way we get paid is actually via bonuses. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but I've never had a job where I've actually been paid bonuses before. So this is amazing that we get paid bonuses. And the rule in our team is if you get paid a bonus, it's not to go onto a mortgage, it's not to go on a credit card bill, it's not to go on any bills at all. It's to be spent on yourself or your family for the hard work that you guys have all done, so family included. Now, speaking of the bonuses, I'll just run through the couple of bonuses that are up for grabs. So the first level we have is the SDVF, and the first bonus is $400. Now, because this is a teach business, it's not a sign-up business, when you teach somebody gets to the level of SDVF, they get the $400 bonus, and there's also a sponsor bonus of $400. So you also get that $400, which is pretty cool. The next level is your SC, and that is at $600 bonus. So again, the person who taught you get to that level, they also get the $600. Mind you, these are not capped, so you can, the more people you teach you get to these levels, the more sponsor bonuses you get to. SSC, that is a $1,200 bonus. And again, the person who taught you get to that level, they also get the $1,200 bonus. Your QNMD is a $1,500 bonus. And the sponsor also, or the person who taught you, also gets that $1,500 bonus. And our pinnacle position that Joe mentioned is our NMD. When you get to that level, it is a $3,000 bonus. Now, the person who taught you get to that level, they don't get the bonus because they're already at this level. And once you're at this level, you're looking at getting a residual income of between maybe $80,000 to $120,000 for the year. So that's pretty cool. So that's just a few of the bonuses that are actually up for grabs. And as I said, they're not capped. So the more people you can teach get to those levels, the more bonuses that you can get as well. So we're gonna. That's it. That's all we've got for tonight. So if any of this does actually resonate with any of you, so please reach out to the person who actually invited you to the event or sent you the recording. So I hope that was all good for you guys. That's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Bree. I'll just stop recording and